Some say that wagons are no fun. Well, they haven't taken a look at the 2021 Volvo V60 Cross Country. It's 2.5 inches taller than the regular V60 wagon, and it's got larger wheels. And if you stay with us to the end, we'll show you some pretty cool things and give you a rating so you can make a wise choice. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lauren Fix. This is the 2021 Volvo V60 wagon. Now, Volvo has always had really nice product, but in sharing that platform with the V60, this is the Cross Country. Like I said in the beginning, bigger tires, 2.5 inches taller, but there's more cargo space. There's a lot of neat things that are on this vehicle. So if you're looking at the V60 versus the Cross Country, you're gonna wanna stay with us to the end because we're gonna cover performance, handling, safety, visibility. We're also gonna talk about seating comfort. We'll talk about design, quality, technology, features, cargo space, which is really important in a wagon. Because if you're thinking about an SUV, you certainly want to consider a wagon. People are forgetting about these vehicles, and they are totally cool and a blast to drive. In the end, we will give you a Car Coach Reports total, so you can compare it to the competition. You're looking at the Subaru, Mercedes, Audi. A lot of manufacturers are still staying in that wagon era. Why is that? We'll discuss that as well along the way when we hit design. When you head to the dealer and you're looking at this vehicle, they're going to try and sell you on it because that's their job. We're going to give you information so that you can make a wise choice and you can have car smarts. Don't forget to subscribe and click that little bell so you don't miss anything, because we do cover more than car reviews and first looks. We give you some great information so you can make great choices, not just when you're buying it, but as you own it. Let's take it for a drive. I'm pretty excited about this. Under the hood is a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that has 250 horsepower, 258 pound-feet of torque. It also is backed by an 8-speed automatic transmission, which is shiftable, which is really good if you're going to take it on that light off-road duty. That's really good pickup. For a vehicle that's in comfort mode, it is perky. It has really good pickup. God, this is really good in regular comfort mode. Now, let's stop this vehicle, do a 0 to 60 run. We're gonna go to dynamic high performance, 0 to 60, 6.9 seconds. Little bit of lag, but you know what? It does really well in comfort mode. And I didn't manually shift it. I just put my foot to the ground. We easily got to 60 miles an hour. But you know what? It doesn't need this dynamic mode. This is not a performance car. It's meant to be used as an everyday driver. Pretty darn good though. It makes a lot of noise. It was in dynamic mode, but you know what? I'm pretty good with the comfort mode. I think it has a good balance of a comfortable ride, which we'll talk about handling. It also has got some really good pickup. Better in the comfort mode. I don't know why. For me, I think that works well, but I think you should drive it in the different modes. And there's also an individual mode. You can make it whatever you want. 40 miles an hour, it picks right up to 60. Really good pickup. It's perky, which is good. Remember, there's a lot of other cars in this category. Not just the Subaru, which may be more obvious, but we're looking at the German cars, the Audi and the Mercedes. They have even better performance. Not that this is bad, but when you're comparing to other vehicles in the category with similar price points, there are things that you really need to keep in mind. We're looking at performance for this vehicle. It earns a 9. We want to give you the point of view in a couple different directions. One, you're looking at me through the steering wheel and to the right, so you can see me driving, but also I have a camera out the front because I want you to see where I'm going, because this is where you're going to be sitting. They've done a really good job making this car quiet. Not surprisingly, Volvo's done a great job of making it a good experience for the people that buy their vehicles. I've recommended Volvo to a lot of people who are thinking about safety and little kids, and they have been absolutely thrilled with the experience. And the one thing they don't have that some other vehicles do have is they don't have to go to the shop a lot. The service has been fabulous, and there's no need to take this vehicle in with any weird issues. I like how this vehicle handles on the street. It's very, pardon the expression being that it's Scandinavian, but it almost has a German feel to it. It's specific, it's a tight steering, and it really is easy to drive. Turn signals are nice and quiet as well, a little feature. I like it better in comfort mode. It's a comfortable ride, but acceleration-wise, I like it better in comfort mode. When it comes to handling overall, for this V60 wagon, it earns an 8. When it comes to safety on this vehicle, obviously it's a top priority on and off-road, but a lot of these features are right here. So when you hit your center screen, you have that. When you slide to the right, you have the ability to turn on your lane keep assist, your park assist, your cross traffic alert, which is great for backing up, your distance control, which will literally stop your vehicle. I had that experience. The start stop on or off. Anyone who knows, I like that off. You've got your cameras. You can adjust your headrests and your heads up. But as you slide down, look at all the safety features that you get to control. Your head-up display, your blind spot detection, road sign information, connected safety. You got your cruise control. You can, well, that's a passenger seat, private locking, corner illumination. That's when you turn the steering wheel and the headlights turn with it. Fantastic if you're going to a campsite or off-roading or just in a place where there's no lights lighting up the roadways. You have, that's called the active bending lights. That's for your wiper service, collision avoidance, and wireless charging. So a lot of things here. One of the things about Volvo, it is tops in safety. And that is something that you would expect. They developed the seatbelt many years ago. It has a National Highway Traffic Safety Administration 5-star crash test rating, standard automatic emergency braking, active lane control, as we showed you, blind spot monitoring, adaptive headlights, it's just so many features. Volvo has their pilot assist system, which allows drivers to remove their hands from the steering wheel for about 15 seconds at a time. When it comes to safety for this Volvo, it earns a 10. When it comes to visibility, the V60 Wagon really does a great job. Big piece of glass, it's easy to see the road. The seat is adjustable so that you can see where you're going. I always say when it comes to visibility, it actually is part of safety because 80% of your driving decisions are based on visibility. The sills are a really good height. That's kind of where you rest your arm. But when you look at the back, you can see that these headrests are in the way. But wait, there's more. You can go into the center screen, slide to the right once, and look at the headrests pop down. That is awesome. Also note that the pillars on the side, both the A, which is each side of the windshield, and the B, which is the second one, are thinner. And when you look out the back, it really has pretty good visibility, much better than some of the SUVs or crossovers that are in the size. When you put the vehicle in reverse, first thing you get is a backup camera, which you can adjust to a 360-degree camera, and then each of those cameras can be zoomed into to see whether you're close to a curb or where you are forward or backward to maybe a parking bumper or someplace you're parking, or if you're going off-roading, light off-roading, but it's there. But when you're looking at visibility as a whole for this vehicle, it's pretty excellent considering, and it earns a 9. When it comes to seating, Volvo has really thought about the people that sit in both front seats. They are equal. There is lumbar. There is massaging seats. Okay, the massaging seats are an extra $500. Is it worth it? That's up to you. If you do a lot of long road trips, yeah, it's going to be worth it because it really helps. Different vehicles have different types of massage seating, but this is really well done. I don't know if it's Swedish or not. You can make all the jokes you want down below. But as far as the seating itself, it has multiple adjustments for the side bolsters, for the lumbar, where you want it located, for the seats itself, both up and down. In addition, by the way, adjustable height seat belts, which I think is really important. And of course, the steering wheel is adjustable up and down as well as in and out. So it's telescoping and tilt. This is good because we're all built differently. So whether you're built tall or short or whatever it is you might be, these seats will adjust for you. And they've really done a nice job with that because they've thought about who's using it and what they're using it for. Let's take a look in the second row and we'll give it a rating. Coming into the back seat, there's a lot more room than some of the competitors. There's about 35.2 cubic feet of space on the floor, and there's spots for your feet to go underneath the seats. Not every vehicle has it. Sometimes they hide computers and things under that. In addition, you've got 2 heated seats that have different adjustments, 3 different stage heating. There's also the ability to adjust the fan. There's 2 vents as well as an outlet, which is a USB. Pulling down the center console, you've got a little storage here in the middle. Nice just to put whatever, and a little tray here for snacks, whatever. And there is a pass-through from the back. If you have skis or we brought home a rug, we were able to put the seats down. But if it was something smaller, you could just put it through the pass-through, like a pair of skis or some poles or whatever you might need to bring that's longer. In the front, this is the one thing I'm not the happiest about, is you push this button and these 2 cup holders come out. And they're kind of, the Germans do the same thing. They're kind of cheap and plasticky, and I'm always worried about longevity. You got kids back here, they put something heavy on this and it breaks, you're gonna be replacing that part. I like to see something fixed, you know, instead of this little tray. It'd be nice if there was actual cup holders. It's a personal thing. There's also nets in front of each of the seats, which is great. You also have the Bowers and Wilkins audio system here in the door, as well as a vent here in the door, which I think is great. The B pillars, they call that. Window lifts, really nice storage, and of course, you got your mid-ranges here as well. Overall, when you're looking at the seating for this Volvo, it earns a 9. When you're looking at technology, this digital gauge cluster is 12.3 inches. That is pretty nice. The infotainment is adjustable. You can pick what you want. You've got a lot of features. We'll talk about that in the features section, but technology-wise, digital gauges are great, and of course, your navigation system is here as well, and some safety adjustments. Going to your 9-inch center touchscreen, this is very much like an iPad. It's very intuitive, it's easy to use. You got your home button here at the bottom. At the top, you've got your navigation. You can get where you want to be. Then you can go from there to your audio system. By the way, this has the optional Bowers & Wilkins system. It is $4,000. I'll just give you a couple seconds. The audio is great. I can't leave it on any longer. We'll have to pay ASCAP fees. But the idea is you can see that's there. You've got your wireless Apple CarPlay, which is excellent. And then in addition, this has got my phone connected, so you can see what it looks like from that. Now, another thing that it has, if you swipe to the right, the technology has FM and satellite radio. There's no AM radio. Now, why would you want AM radio? Well, local talk, local traffic, local emergencies, that's where you want it. So sometimes you can find it on your phone through a radio app, but other times you can't. So I prefer to have the AM on here. You've also got your sound experience here, which I think is fabulous. You can pick anything you want. Again, individual stage, studio, concert hall, jazz club. You pick the setting that you want. Now, again, that's part of the Bowers & Wilkins setup, and it is not cheap. Going back to what's over here on the right, you get your messaging, your car status, your driver performance, travel link. Again, your apps will be in here: Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, wireless. Further down, some apps that are preloaded for us, which I think are great. You've got weather, your Volvo ID, which is good. You've got Yelp, Spotify, TuneIn, Pandora, your wiki location, Glimpse, Record and Send. There's a whole bunch of other things you can put on here. Personally, I like Waze. I think that should be on there, but that's me. And then when you go back to the right, we talked about this in technology. There's quite a bit of content. When you're looking at technology overall, it's really easy to use. It's extremely intuitive, but it's a little bit slow at times, and it's a little bit complicated. You get used to it, obviously, when you own a car. But overall, with the Wi-Fi built in and everything, for technology, it earns an 8. When you're looking at features, this Volvo has got a lot of them. First off, this is all your adjustments for adjusting your cruise control, and that's your distance control. Going over to the right, you've got your audio, and then you can change the screens to basically tell you what you need. They're not much. There's not too much. I'm surprised, actually, that there isn't too much more, but this is just telling you your miles per hour, your average fuel economy, and so forth. And then you can also have the Volvo Talk system. She's not talking.
Please repeat.
Yeah, she sounds a little bit computerized, but it is right there. You can see that it changes the screen in front of you for the phrases that you can use. But you got the thumb rests here, which is nice. It does not have a flat bottom steering wheel. Is that necessary? No, but for some people, it's certainly more convenient. Looking at the stalks themselves, you can see that this has got your lighting. That's really nice to have, as well as your driving lights. And on this side, you have your front, and then your rear wiper is here at the end. Over on the left, first off, all of these materials are really nice. There's soft stitch, not as soft as it could be, but it has real open pore wood. I mean, that is really nice, real materials, as you would see. You've got your hatch right here. And by the way, to open the hatch, you can use your foot for open and close. Your optional Bowers & Wilkins audio system, a little bit pricey, but it is fantastic. You've got memory seats, and there is your switches on the door. Nothing unusual. Bowers & Wilkins also has the tweeter right there, and then of course everything else is pretty normal as far as something you would expect. We covered it in technology. That open pore wood is just beautiful, and I love the black and the brown. The colors are wonderful. There are 9 exterior colors, 1 trim interior color, which I'm kind of surprised. Going further down, you have your regular controls for your audio, and this is for defrost. Nothing unusual. And then you've got your 12-volt charging port here, wireless keypad right there, a little extra phone to show you, and your standard Prindle: park, reverse, neutral, drive, low, and it does have that plus and minus for hill descent or whatever you might need. Moving further back, you have your start, stop. You just turn it on and off. This is your drive modes. When you turn the button, it brings up the different modes. So you just turn it like this. You'll get your different modes. The different modes are Eco, Comfort, Individual, Dynamic, and Off-Road. And you just push it, and that will change all of the different characteristics that you need. Pretty easy to use. Most of the time, you're going to probably want it in Comfort. This is your Volvo key, and the lock and unlock is on this side, and that is your emergency button. Underneath the glove box, I've got my phone plugged in because we have too many things charging. You can see that this is a regular glove box with a USB connection, and there are two inside. Up top, you have a button you press, and this beautiful panoramic roof. It's huge. Look at that. The cover goes all the way back. Beautiful. And when it comes to features for this vehicle, and there are a lot of them, but not as much as some of the German cars, this vehicle earns an 8. One of the things about Volvo's design is its Scandinavian European look. I really love how they continually carry that same look throughout the whole lineup. Now, first you're looking at this grille. The Volvo logo is nice. It's not too big in your face, which I hate when they make them so big that it stands out more than the car itself. The grille itself is pretty cool. It has chrome rectangles that are sitting horizontally on the way down each of these upright pieces. Really makes it look classy, very European and nicely polished. Chrome trim around the front grille, which is functional. The lower grille is a matte color, so if it gets dirty, it doesn't stand out. And in this beautiful white car, the last thing you want to do is make it look dirty, unless you really want that look for off-roading. It is a cross country. As you move your way to the corner of the vehicle, you'll see that you've got these driving lights. They're really nice. And then up above, this is the hammer design. If you look at, you can see it starts off yellow when you hit the unlock, and then it goes to that white LED running light. Always very cool. They do turn with you at night, so you can light up those areas so you know where you're going. I like that, and you find that is almost standard on European vehicles. That's not always available on every vehicle in this category. The V60 Cross Country rides on 19-inch alloy wheels. Remember, these wheels are bigger than that on the regular V60 because this is designed to be for the light off-roading. Now, this rides on Pirelli all-season tires. Again, part of that outdoory look, which is what you also see on the Audi All Road, is this plastic around the outside to make it more aggressive, but it also protects the paint as you're going through some shrubberies or some scruffy stuff so you don't scratch your paint. Moving further back, you'll see that this trim piece continues all the way along with a brushed aluminum piece, which is very nice. Nice detail all the way across the back, and very nicely it says Cross Country here. It's aluminum. It looks pretty cool. Also note that when you hit the unlock button, you'll see that the side mirror also shows you the same as like a turn signal. So it's nice to find your car in a parking lot. One of the things I like about the design of this vehicle is the aluminum roof rails. There is attachments for bikes or kayaks or whatever you're looking for, and those are available through Volvo, through the dealership in the accessory department. The airfoil in back is nicely integrated, and it gives it a sportier look. One thing that bothers me is this rear wiper blade. It's sitting out here, and it can easily get damaged. I know this is normal on a lot of vehicles, but also what you're seeing is they're tucking it up. So I'm gonna ding it a little bit for that because it would make it have a cleaner look. You got your Volvo logo across the back, T5 on this side. You can see it's a V60 wagon, and then they nicely integrated all the marker lights. You can see these nice LED taillights, really nice, and they go all the way up. And you got the integrated dual exhaust. They did a really nice job on design. That Scandinavian European look that is about luxury and design certainly is in this vehicle. And for design, it earns a 9. When you're looking at quality, Volvo's done a great job. They've always been known for safety and quality, and they continue with the V60 Cross Country. From the exterior appointments, the quality of the paint, and all of the things that you're seeing in the exterior, plus you move your way to the interior, that beautiful leather interior, that brown just goes so nicely with the white. There are different color combinations and different features that you can buy. Of course, it adds up. But when we're looking at quality overall, it comes with a 4-year, 50,000-mile basic warranty and a driveline warranty. In addition, you get a 4-year, 50,000-mile roadside assistance, so you don't have to spend extra money at AAA. But when you're looking at quality of build and all the materials, both inside and out, this vehicle earns a 9. Coming around to the back with the seats up, you've got 23.2 cubic feet of storage. When you put down the second row, it increases to 50.9 cubic feet of storage, which is a lot. So when you're thinking about an SUV versus a wagon, this is certainly something to consider, and it's a lot more fun to drive than most SUVs. Our test vehicle started at $4,500. $400. When you add in the lounge package, the beautiful Bowers & Wilkins audio system, which is spectacular, the massaging seats, the advanced package of climate control, and you add in all these goodies, This test car came in at $58,000. Now, when you compare it to the Subaru and the Audi, as well as the Mercedes and the other vehicles in this category, you'll see that this fits in really nicely, but you also find this to have really good value. Now, when you're thinking about buying one of these vehicles, also check with your insurance company so you can find out the rates. They may be different. The German cars typically are a little bit more expensive. This is considered a European car, so you have to kind of look at what those numbers are before you make your decision. But for us, when you add up the value score of this Volvo V60 Cross Country, it earns a 9. Now, when you're looking at this vehicle, it has a lot of pluses. It's got a lot of great features, good usability. You could use it every day. You can take it fishing, camping, kayaking, whatever you want to do. There's a lot of availability on this. It has all that SUV space, but it's a car, and it makes it more fun to drive. It gets pretty good fuel economy in this segment. There are a few things that are lacking, and it is kind of expensive to get that amazing audio system and the $500 massaging seats, which I think belong. But when you add up all 10 categories and you compare it to the other vehicles, which we have listed down below, and links to the reviews so you can see them on your own, do all your homework before you walk into the dealer, this 2021 Volvo V60 Cross Country proves that wagons are still a very good deal and earns an 86. Now, if you want to check out more information on this car, or you want to see other people's review, you can find them on our website, Car Coach Reports. We have other contributors in both English and in Spanish. And also check out our podcast. We're always talking to interesting people about things that impact your automotive world. It's called Total Car Score, available on all platforms. We're with Javier Mota and Carl Brower, and we would love to have you join us. We have a lot of fun. If you got value from this video, make sure to like it and share it with your friends. And if we didn't answer your question, because there's a lot of information on this car and it has so much capability, put it in the comments down below. I will answer your question, whether it's about this car or one of the competitor vehicles. We want you to go into the dealer and make a wise choice and open the community to other people who are thinking about buying a V60 Cross Country. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.